Capricorn. So let's have a look at what's happening for you for the month of October in this little short heads up video. And this is for the Sun in Capricorn and also for the Ascendant, also known as the rising sign. And at the end of your astrological reading, I choose you a tarot card for the month ahead. So let's see what's been going on for you, because it's been quite a time for all of us. And the good news is that Mercury, that has been retrograding in your house of travel, which is Virgo, finally goes direct on the 2nd. And so this is going to be super helpful for you, because you might have gone away for a late summer break and have had delays and cancellations and frustrations. And so, you know, even though this Mercury going direct may have come a bit late for that, it is going to be moving back into Libra, which is your house of career and your kind of public image. And not only do we have Mercury here, but also the Sun and the planet Venus. Now, Venus is all about relationship, love. It can also be money. And this is your house of career. So let's kind of have a look at what this could all mean. So Mercury, communication, can also mean things like documents and getting everything kind of balanced. It could be contracts. So I wonder what's going to be going on for you, Capricorn, that it's like there's going to be some changes to do with your working life, but I think they'll be welcome. And I think it's almost like there could be a very attractive offer that comes to you. So let's see how that unfolds. Now, the other good news is that on October the 8th, Pluto in your sign that has been here for 20 long years is going direct again. I mean, it's been going back and forwards for years, but now finally it's going direct again. Now, this is good news, because I think you've learned a lot about yourself whilst Pluto has been in your sign. And with it going direct, it's a bit like you reaping the rewards, the transformational rewards of what you've learned from the challenges that you've had to face over the last few months. And it will be interesting for you next year when Pluto actually dips its toes into your second house of finance, Aquarius. So that's going to make some changes. That's going to be interesting energy for you. But let's look at what else is going on, because Mars in Gemini, and it's going to be in Gemini in the part of your chart to do with your day-to-day working routine. It's going to be here until the end of next March. Now, Mars is going to be going retrograde on the 30th. Now, because this is the part of your chart to do with not only your day-to-day routine, but it can also be health matters. Now, Mars here can see you overdoing things, and it can also see you potentially putting yourself at risk in terms of just kind of like minor little accidents, like a pulled muscle or a tendon or a ligament, or, you know, all sorts of things like that. In the worst case scenarios, it could even be a broken bone. We don't want any of those, do we, Capricorn? So I think with Mars, as it's going to be in this part of your chart for several months, as I say, up to the end of March next year, it really would be prudent to be mindful of health matters. And if anything niggly comes up, don't ignore it. Get it checked out. So we've also got this Saturn-Uranus square going on for you, which, as I said, I am going to do a in-depth look at it, and I will go into the in-depth side of how this is going to affect you in another video, which will be out on about October the 1st. So I'm not going to look at that now, but what I am going to look at is the fact that we have Jupiter in Aries, and this is the part of your chart that is to do with your home and your living space. And you have been kind of making changes, sprucing it up, getting it, I don't know, making it just much more your own place, your home space. But Jupiter's retrograde, and it's going to go back into the house of communication for you, Pisces. And you're going to have the same energy that you had back in the spring. Now, if you remember, it was quite a sort of almost like a spiritual time, because Jupiter was conjunct Neptune, that is about, you know, can be about psychic feelings and intuition. So you're going to have a little bit of that energy coming back. It's really good to pay attention to your gut feelings and your intuition, especially with regard to communication and picking up the nuances of what gets said to you and also what doesn't get said. And I forgot to mention that your ruler Saturn goes direct again in your house of finance, and that's on the 23rd. So if finances have been a bit tight, or you've been struggling with them, or the money pot has been a little bit too low to the bottom, things will free up a bit with that Saturn moving direct again. So you'll get a little bit more structure back into your budgeting. But now we come to the exciting bit where we find your tarot card for the month ahead. Now, hopefully, when I shuffle them, I won't drop them like I did for Sagittarius. And that was a bit of a disaster, but I'm going to shuffle them. That you see, they're my display tarot, and I use these, or used to use them, when I taught the tarot. But, oh, I think it's this one actually on top that wants to come out. So let's see what it is. I don't know. It's a surprise for me as it is for you. Oh. Oh. He looks nice. There is a young man on a horse. And this Knight of Pentacles, sometimes the court cards can represent people. So it may be that your knight in shining armor is coming in. And also, I think what's interesting is that this is a knight who has a little bit of, you know, he can treat you to dinner. You don't have to go Dutch. So that is one side of the energy that we could have for this. And the other thing is that I think with that Saturn going direct in your second house of finance, it links in with this energy, because this is a financially based card. And I think if there are funds that have been owed to you, or there's something outstanding, you're going to start seeing them coming in. There may be some forms to fill or papers to sign. It may be something to do with legalities that have to be sorted to help a transaction go through. But you are going to see news of that coming up this month, October. There we go, Capricorn. So thank you so much for joining me for your October reading. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.